If you've ever felt like no matter how hard you work, money just slips through your fingers, or if you've ever caught yourself lying awake at night worrying, will I always be broke? Will I ever feel secure? Will I ever get ahead? Then this message is for you. Because deep down, you know that what you want isn't extravagant. You just want money to feel easier. You want to pay your bills with peace, have a little cushion, and know that you can retire with comfort and without fear. If that's you, you're in the right place. I'm Beverly Wixon, an infinite abundance and happiness coach, an Amazon #1 international best-selling author, an international speaker, and an energy healer. And I help caring, hardworking women just like you heal their money wounds, heal their money stress, and create the ease and freedom that you deserve. But I wasn't always here. I was a public middle and high school English teacher in Florida, the lowest paying state in the nation for most of my career. I worked hard. I poured my heart and my soul into my students. And every month ended up the same, with no money left over. We were paid once a month, and by the last week of the month, especially after holidays like spring break or winter break, I could be found digging through a jar of loose coins so that I could buy the cheapest meals possible. I also told myself I couldn't afford to save. My savings account was virtually empty, and even my retirement savings that I'd been saving for years had very little in it. Every bill felt like a burden. I was broke, frustrated, ashamed, and I couldn't see a way out. But when I finally started working on my mindset, things shifted. The first time I had even a few dollars left over at the end of the month felt like a miracle. And month by month, little by little, that cushion grew. Saving became easier. Little opportunities started flowing to me with ease. I went from scraping by with coins to building real financial security. And just when things were starting to look up, I went through one of the hardest seasons of my life. I was defrauded by someone that I trusted with my whole heart. Not only did I feel this terrible betrayal, I also felt so stupid for not noticing what was happening. I never dreamed he'd steal from me. Honestly, I had never dreamed that I'd ever have enough money that anybody would want to steal it. That thought alone did tell me how much I had changed, but it still threw me into a major downward spiral. I thought everything was gone. I was going to start over from nothing, that it would take me decades to recover from that betrayal, financially as well as emotionally. I mean, it had taken me decades to get there, so why wouldn't it take me decades to recover? But here's the truth. Because of the mindset shifts and the energy healing that I had been practicing and that I kept practicing, I rebuilt. I created more wealth for myself than had been taken from me in a much, much shorter time. About half a decade. That season of being defrauded taught me that no matter what happens, when you heal your relationship with money and you align your energy, you can create more than you ever thought possible. And one of the most powerful moments came for me when my dear, dear aunt was near the end of her life. For the first time, when an emergency happened, I didn't worry. I didn't ask myself, do I have enough money? Can I afford this? Am I going to create debt? I simply booked a one-way plane ticket, rented a car when I got to the other end, and found a hotel room that night, all without knowing how long I'd be there. I just knew I had to be there for my aunt. And I stayed until the end. And that freedom to show up for family, to make decisions based on love instead of fear, that freedom is priceless. And that's the kind of freedom that I want for the women who work with me. I'm a certified life coach, an NLP practitioner, an infinite possibilities trainer. I'm also certified and trained in emotional freedom technique and emotion code. And I combine all of that with my background as a teacher, which means that I make things simple, practical, and doable. And then I pair that with powerful energy work to clear the old stories that keep you stuck. You might be wondering, so what makes you different from other money coaches? I don't just hand you a budget. I don't tell you to work harder. I don't tell you to get a second or third job. I don't tell you to sell everything in your house and live on the basics like noodles. I help you heal the roots of your money stress, the hidden beliefs, the old wounds, the trauma, while also giving you small, practical steps that actually fit into your daily life. Because you don't need shame, you don't need to blame anybody, you don't need to penny pinch, you don't need to live on those noodles and sell everything. What you need is a new way of being with money. One that feels safe, supportive, and aligned with the life you want. That's why women choose to work with me, because I see you. I've been where you are, and I know how to guide you into a future where money feels easy. Finally. So if you're ready to stop stressing over every bill, stop letting the mail pile up so you don't see those bills, and start building the freedom you deserve, I'd love to help get you there. Your future can feel lighter, starting right now. And I would be honored to walk beside you on that journey. So if anything I've said has spoken to you, comment the word ease below or send me a message. I'd love to connect and help you take that first step. Sending you so much love, light, and wishing you a magically abundant day.